Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome. We are back. Another episode of the O.O.C. Yes, we did go on Black People Time, but we still got it on and popping. Roberto, how you doing, brother?
I'm good. How you doing?
Not too bad. JG, what about you?
Man, feeling blessed. Salute everybody.
Oh,
Excellent.
people in the house. Nice.
Yes, sir. Everybody in the chat. Nicole ATX, Jaded Fanboy in the house. We got Drop Shop in the house and Dejuan and Dewan. I said it right the first day. Last week I said it right, and this time I'm having problems with it.
Yo, Dewan, break it down in syllables so we get that shit correct. We don't want to disrespect anybody. We had a few hiccups in the beginning, but we've been smooth for a long time.
Preach, brother, preach. You guys doing good? How was your week so far?
Week is good, man. Reflecting, finding inner peace, you know. The battle continues.
I appreciate you for coming in. Thank you once again. Hope you enjoy the show.
Yes.
We try to keep it real as possible on the show, and hopefully you'll come back to watch some more of it. Hopefully we don't say nothing that offends you, because tonight might be one of them nights, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? But I want to start it off with some little lighthearted stuff, some jokey stuff. You know what I mean? That I was just on, and I said, you know what, this should be fun to watch. Roberto, I want you to check this out. Hopefully you guys will understand what they're saying, but check this one out. This made me laugh.
So why women decided to get on? So look, my thing about it is, or they could just talk rather than getting on so and just like coughing on people's head and all kind of thing, you know. I just asked a girl if she want a good ramen, and she get vexed. She telling me, oh, how I could talk to she like that. I just asked if she wanted a good ramen.
That was funny shit.
So for those of you that probably didn't understand, he's a Trini, and he was talking about this girl, you know, and he's like, oh, why you girls acting like that? All I did was ask her if she wanted a good ramen, you know, and she took it as a good ramen when he really meant the ramen noodles. That was funny. That made me laugh, man.
It's always nice to start the show off with a laugh, you know?
Absolutely. And you know what? I think we're getting into some deep topics today, Roberto. So I think, you know, starting it off with a laugh is good. As you guys see in the title, it says, is Hollywood promoting Satan? Now, Roberto brought this little clip to my attention. I had seen something else earlier too, which I tried to find for the show, but I couldn't find it right now. But yeah, man, it seems like there's a lot of this stuff going on. So I'm going to bring up the clip real quick so we can watch it. And I want to know what you guys think about it. Let me just... got to share my screen over here. Just give me a second. All right. Close that up there. All right, so this was pretty much, oh crap, we went to another page. Hold on. Full screen it and throw
on a bright red dress and
I'm
just
gonna start it over. Here we
I've
go.
never seen so much dark symbolism during a Super Bowl in my entire life. Rihanna throws on a bright red dress and just throws up the Illuminati sign in front of everyone. I mean, the platform she was on was literally shaped as a triangle as well. They all wear and do the same thing. Sam Smith and The Weeknd with some of the most satanic performances ever. Lizzo with a literal 6 on her head. Doja Cat and all these other artists. Do you guys get it yet? And what the heck was this? There's absolutely no way she just sniffed her finger after this. I break down the whole thing on YouTube, but let's get into some other things that didn't sit right with me at the Super Bowl. Damar Hamlin, after the whole world prays for you, you come out with a blasphemous jacket making Jesus Christ on the cross looking like a clown or a zombie? I mean, just read what it says in the front of the jacket. I mean, even AP called it blasphemous. And he's throwing up the 6s with LeBron, and he's getting new tattoos on his hand. I seen Travis Scott wearing the same thing on a chain, and don't you dare call that art. Uzi at the Super Bowl doing the same thing. All of them just making fun of Jesus. Riri, you ain't off the hook either. Pulling up in an upside down cross saying control mine. And don't even get me started with the commercials. This was the worst part of it all. I've never seen so...
That's some
Hold
CSI.
on. Go ahead, Roberto.
That's some CSI shit. You know, you question everything that's put out there, but that shit with the running back, what's his name?
Hamlin.
Hamlin?
No.
and
No, I don't,
Adrian Peterson.
Saggy.
No, the Peterson
Adrian
calling
Peterson,
out
yeah.
Hamlin for that jacket. That's actual.
Mm-hmm.
That shit took place, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe I wasn't watching the Super Bowl show like this to see all those details, but, you know, her dress did make me ask a lot of questions in the beginning of the show. I won't lie. You know people
what?
tried to explain to me, and I'm like, well, that still don't make sense. Like, why would she wear that? This is like the whole world is watching.
Thanks, Saggy.
And
So,
I can't speculate to that, her grabbing her punani and smelling it, and I can't speculate on all of that, you know. I didn't see that.
I did see it when it was, but like, does that mean something? Like, what?
To bring it to her nose? Like, I know man
she
grabbed her crotch all the time, but they don't smell it after.
Maybe she wasn't feeling fresh. I don't know. You know what I mean?
But also, you could be a little more discreet, you know?
She wanted to make sure that smell that she smelled wasn't coming from her. You know what I mean? So she's like, okay, it's not me.
Be a little more discreet. Turn your back and look like you're doing some hand gestures. No one's going to question you. But you do it facing the camera. I mean, listen, you know how they're showing all like Disney shit with satanic images and things in the background. They're all coming out with that shit now, right? Mm-hmm. We watched those same Disney shows, didn't we?
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I ain't worshiping the devil.
Same here.
I tried to tell my wife, you know, I don't feel sorry for these people. It's decisions they make. It's stuff they want to believe. I can't control that, you know? But if this satanic stuff is really happening and the next craze is UFOs, this is what they're saying. I don't know if you heard about that one.
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't heard about that one.
There's going to be a sudden alarm about UFOs all over the place and things happening. But there's an agenda behind it, you know? Everything's a fucking CSI conspiracy. I'm telling you, Nzo. Like, you sneeze, people want to, you know, investigate how long your sneeze was. Was that a legit sneeze? Was he like, what the fuck? Everything.
Yeah, sometimes we do, Saggy, but I mean, if the smell ain't right, then we have to back away, you know? But Saggy said, Sam Smith's performance was meant to be satanic because his song is literally called Unholy, and the song is about a man being unfaithful. Right. And there's a lot of people out there right now that are talking about boycotting that song, the performance that he did at the Grammys, right? Because they're talking about it being satanic. Not only that, and I couldn't find the video, man, but there was a concert that happened, and a big Satan flashed across the screen real quick.
Yeah, they showed that. I saw that today on the news.
Right? So, I mean, I don't know what to say, bro. Is this? Go ahead, JG.
I mean, you look at the Sam Smith thing, right? You look at the The
I didn't even
Nas,
see that.
whatever the guy name is, who went down a pole into
Sam Smith.
hell and broke the devil's neck and put on that shit he did. You look at who's
The guy with the devil sneakers.
Devil Sneakers. Look at the one
Right.
performance, the one artist did what she wrote in on this bull or whatever she wrote in on. I think that was Super Bowl. I can't remember. One of the old Super Bowls. This stuff's been in our face for decades, right? But I don't think the average person pays attention. They just want to be entertained. And that's it. And I mean, that's the problem.
And I agree with you on that too. I don't think people pay attention either.
But even if we are, what are they trying to do? Are they trying to convert us? They're trying to let us know they're there. What is their message in doing this? That, we all know the devil exists. I don't know about all you guys worshiping, but as long as you ain't fucking cutting us up and doing some kind of rituals and shit, you could worship the devil all you want.
Sagi, you would definitely have to explain this one. I researched different religions in the past. Satanism isn't as evil as people think it is, to be fair. Huh.
I mean, all power to her. I ain't looking at stuff all power to her.
You know what? I can't even sit here and act like I'm fully educated on the topic or anything like that. So I'd have to probably do my research as well to figure it out. But hey, man, if you want to come in and explain it to us, you can let us know. But at the end of the day, though, right?
These are the discriminate.
Right, and these are the things that they show in, kids and stuff, right? It's little Nas X that has the shoes and a video where he's twerking on the devil, right? He's twerking on the devil and all kinds of stuff like that. And
who designed that? Who made that video? Who's the producer behind that video?
I have no idea, Roberto.
These are questions that need to be asked.
But again, it goes to the fact that most of fucking Hollywood, they're off their rockers pretty much, man. You know what I mean? And we're gonna get into some other stuff too. I wouldn't even say creativeness, because I think they're being creative, but it's just they've done everything at this point. So why not try to be controversial or
imagine trying to be a writer now, Nzo. Imagine trying to be a writer now opposed to being a writer 20 years ago.
Yeah, you'd have to be careful what you say and write.
You know what I mean? You probably go nuts before you release your shit. You'd be going over it so many times.
Yeah, you'd have to cater to certain demographics.
You offended this people. Oh, you offended that one without even knowing. Oh, you got to rewrite it. What's the point?
Saggy, delinquent. It just... Oh, there she is. Saggy Melons, what's up? Welcome.
What's up, Saggy?
It was just hard. Hello. It's hard to explain in chat. So, the Satanic Bible. By the way, I'm Baptist. Just throwing it out there. I'm not satanic. I'm Baptist.
Okay. See some flames come at your shit.
Right. Well, no. So, because when I was growing up, I had to figure out where I am as far as religion. And then for the most part, I was raised Baptist, but for the most part, I identify as spiritual. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I believe in the Catholic, Christian, Baptist scriptures, but I'm more spiritual than following the book, right? If that makes sense. So with the Satanic Bible, if you actually read it, it doesn't encourage sin. It's not saying that, you need to go out and sacrifice ghosts and do blood sacrifices and sacrifice virgin stuff. The basic principle of the Satanic Bible is just to live your life free and be happy and treat others well. Treat others the way you would want to be treated. If they treat you bad, you give them the same energy they give you. Not saying if somebody kills you, you can kill them. It's more just live your life happy. Don't let people dictate how you live your life. So that was kind of the gist of the Satanic Bible. And again, like I said, this devil in certain cultures, because again, I had to research this. The devil in certain cultures is not as Satan's not this evil entity, right? Lucifer was a fallen angel. The reason why Lucifer was a fallen angel is because one side, they defied God, right? They said, I want to rule, or they try to usurp the throne, and that's when you get Satan, right? The devil. But in certain cultures, Lucifer actually wanted to help humanity. they say in certain stories where, you know, angels came to people, you know, for example, Noah's Ark, there is some lore that says Lucifer sent that angel to warn humanity that God is going to flood the earth and wipe you all out. And the angel tried to save humanity, and that was sent by Lucifer. And when the God found out that Lucifer was actually trying to go against what God wanted, that's why they had that little spat. So again, it really depends on interpretation, what culture you are taking from, because that's why I kind of stopped really following organized religion, because all the stories are similar, but too many differences where it's like, now we're the ones that get to interpret the story. So does Satan exist? There is a possibility that there is a devil, right? But like, what happened in history where if Satan was an archangel, was it really that Lucifer just got too cocky and tried to, or were they really upset that God wanted to flood the earth? Because there's certain cultures that think that Lucifer loved humans, that thought that we deserved the gifts that they received because they're angels, they're spiritual entities, and thought that God was denying us our rights to have that kind of power, that to be angels. And Lucifer tried to save us. And because of that, that's why Lucifer is cast out. So again, it really depends. As far as like the satanic symbolism, I think what it is it's kind of a new type of edgy to be bad. So what's bad is worshiping the devil, because the devil is a bad figure. So, I mean, again, I get where everyone's argument is. There is sometimes weird propaganda being pushed on us, like they flashing the face of Satan on screen on TV for people to see. That's like a little too much, right? It's like, we get it, guys, we get it. But I think that more people need to like be more open-minded to educate themselves on what satanic actually is, because some people, even people who are actually cutting themselves and doing voodoo witchcraft stuff, I think they get it wrong too. I think that it takes a lot of research and educating ourselves on different cultures and different religions, because if you read our Bible, our traditional Christian Catholic Bible, and then you read the scripture from Judaism, and then you read the Muslim scriptures, a lot of them, if you really read the stories, there were a lot the same. It's just the names of the important people in those stories are changed for whatever culture they're from. But the story's the same. They all still have their version of Jesus. They all still have their version of God. They all still have their versions of Moses and part in the Red Sea. They do. If you actually look it up, it's really weird. So that's what makes me to believe that like there is a power beyond our understanding that created us and put us here. Because if all of these religions have similar stories, it makes you really think like, okay, so why are they called different things if y'all have the same story to tell? You know?
Yeah. Well, my question would be, what's Hollywood's gain in that? What are they trying to do? Because it seems like they're just promoting it left and right? Mm-hmm. So what's their gain?
Probably to piss off the Catholic Church.
It probably is. Go ahead.
Because think about it. Because before government was a thing, who controlled the world? The churches.
The churches, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Even when there were kings, who controlled the kings? The Pope. The Pope was always above government. Even if they had government, the churches were always above government. They had top priority. So the churches still have some kind of influence on the world. So I feel like maybe Hollywood is pushing back against that, because how often has the churches fought the Hollywood for their music, for their entertainment? Like they teach how many times y'all went to church, right? How many times your parents told you couldn't watch like a superhero show because it was the devil? Because I've been told that I couldn't watch superhero stuff for a while because it was the devil. It was the work of the day. Yeah, but some.
And there's some people that say Halloween, you can't go out on Halloween because that's the devil's night, you know? Mm-hmm.
Right. Even though like they don't tell you what All Hallows Eve really is. I mean, it's a pagan holiday, but also pagans also do worship like not darkness. Like if you actually again educate people on what being a witch is, witches are always associated with the black art. It's not true. Witches are actually more spiritual than people think. They're all about like nature and balance on energy. They're not about satanic worship. Dark magic is not even really a thing.
Could I ask our U.S. counterparts a question?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Did you guys have Mad Night the night before Halloween?
No, they didn't, you know.
Man, I don't recall that. No.
Yeah, no, they didn't have Mad Night.
That's
I
crazy
asked somebody that
because
too.
that to me is a celebration of the devil.
Mm.
Because Mad Night basically is you go out there and do destruction and more or less laugh about it, like go as far to put nails in front of someone's all for their tires,
Oh
whip
yeah.
shit in their window,
Eggs,
firecrackers,
yeah.
eggs, rotten
that's
eggs,
that's evil.
and it's
That's
that
evil.
always that night before Halloween.
Yeah.
You do it like between 8 and 10 o'clock, and all you hear is sirens everywhere. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think some places had that. Not down here south. No, I don't recall, but I
We
know
don't have
north,
it anymore.
They had it.
No,
like Detroit, place like that. They had it.
Yeah, when we were growing up, we had it, but not anymore. And there's a question for Sagi too. Do you believe in the coming of the Antichrist, Sagi?
So this is my hot take. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. I think there is no coming of an Antichrist because if it is true, the Antichrist has always been here. Okay, there is enough evil in this world, some disgusting, heinous things that happen that I would say that I think that the Antichrist has always been present.
And Sagi, his name is Donald Trump.
Listen. I don't think so because the Antichrist is supposed to be beautiful, and that man is not. I would think his wife would be. I think his wife would be the Antichrist.
Yeah, man. I just think that I guess I could say Hollywood's taking it too far, right? And I think they're showing a lot of things. You know, remember back in the day? Well, you guys wouldn't remember, but Roberto would remember. Back in the day, like at 8 o'clock and stuff, you would never see none of that stuff on TV. You know what I mean? Never see nothing like that. You would have to stay up till like 3 o'clock in the morning or midnight.
At least midnight.
Right.
Well,
to catch something good.
Well, things are changing now. I mean, for crying out loud, they can say F.
You can go on the net and find that shit whatever time they want.
Yeah, but also on top of that, like they're changing everything now. Like you can watch TV at like 9 o'clock at night, and people are dropping F-bombs on TV shows. And first time I heard the F-bomb on a TV show, I'm like, wait, when did the FCC change?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you because you might be a little bit too young, but that show NYPD Blue is the show that changed everything. Before that show, they were not saying bitch, shit. They were showing this dude's ass like every fucking episode, right? And that was the first show to ever do stuff like that. And it's just
that's why it won so many awards.
Right? You saw Sons of Anarchy?
Yeah.
That show had some softcore porn scenes. I swear, I was like, how is this allowed on network TV? I don't care what time it is. This is literally on network TV, and you just see just nothing but booty everywhere. I'm like, how did you not let a testicle be seen? Like the scenes that they shot, I'm like, how did we not see that man's balls? Like,
it's crazy. NYPD Blue started all of that, right? To go with the next, the same topic, right? Because we're talking about Hollywood and their influences. I seen this video where Putin did a press conference, and he blames the Western world for the things that are happening. So let's play that. I want to hear what you guys say on this one. What's up, Basco? How you doing, brother?
What up, B?
They carry on lying, distorting historical facts. They never cease with attacks on our culture, our Orthodox Church, other religious organizations. Look at what they're doing with their own people, destroying families, cultures, national identities. Perversions up to pedophilia are declared to be a norm of their lives. Priests are forced to bless single-sex marriages, same-sex marriages. What can I say? People have the right to live the way they want. Nobody intrudes upon private life. Nobody wants to do that. They carry on lying, distorting historical facts. They never cease with attacks on our culture, our Orthodox Church, other religious organizations. Look at what they're doing with their own people, destroying families, cultures, national identities. Perversions up to pedophilia are declared to be a norm of their lives. Priests are forced
this
to
part
bless
repeated, but then there's the next part.
single-sex marriages, same-sex marriages. What can I say? People have the right to live the way they want. Nobody intrudes upon private life. Nobody wants to do that. But I want to say to them, look, here is Holy Scripture and other scriptures of world religions. They say everything, including that the family is a union of man and wife. But even those sacred texts are put under doubt. As it's well known, the Anglican Church is planning to consider the idea of a gender-neutral God. What can I say? But
that's it. So, what are your thoughts on what he had to say?
As soon as I heard Putin, I just tuned out.
I mean, he ain't lying.
Some of the shit he's saying is actual, but at the same time, he's a hypocrite because if people speak out where he is, he arrests them too. So you're more or less controlling the same shit as they're controlling with the corrupt shit, you know?
Exactly.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, right? Now, he said a lot of shit in that video. I mean, there's a lot of countries that don't abide by the things that Western countries do abide by. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I guess
they're managing.
Yeah. But what Roberto said, Gaishka said he's not wrong. It seems like Hollywood's trying to push this agenda. And I think it's all basically on Hollywood, right? Because I work with a gay guy at work, right? And sometimes he sits there and he's like, yo, what the hell is this stuff that I'm watching here, right? Even they like think that Hollywood goes a little bit too far and what they show in the media goes a little bit too far. He's like, listen, I just want to live my life. I don't like these flamboyant stuff and all that throwing it in your face stuff. Just a normal dude, right? What do you think about that?
I just think when it comes to Putin, he's stupid. Everything Roberto said is spot on. but like what it is like it's an optics game, right? Because being gay, accepting minorities, accepting transgender, this is now like the new thing, right? Like everyone's more accepting. And even though the masses, for the record, are more accepting of these things, the people who are still like not accepting are pretty much faking it because they're just like, well, we need their money. If we start being offensive, they're not going to pay. But also, somebody that I talked to who's worked in the entertainment industry for 20 years, when I asked him about like, because you know how people always talk about things that are woke and stuff and there's too much. I asked him what he thought about that, like if Hollywood or the entertainment industry has an agenda. And he said, I don't think that they have really an agenda. He's like, I think what it is that they have been misrepresenting or not representing like people of color or LGBTQ for so long that what they're doing is trying to make up for lost time, but then it becomes over pandering. That's what he used, the word. He thinks that what Hollywood is doing is they're over pandering, especially to like people of color and the LGBTQ, and because when they do that, it does look like it's an agenda, which I can understand. But do I think some things in Hollywood, some companies or some industries have like their own hidden agenda? Oh yeah, we can't just rule that out.
Absolutely. You can tell, right? I mean, before Elon Musk brought Twitter, if you go and watch some of the interviews with that woman that used to run it, man, she was paid off to like, block people and pretty much push certain tweets around and stuff like that. So there's always this agenda to do so, right? There's always an agenda. But I don't know, man. I just think that at some point, we have to like stop doing it for a certain agenda and just do it for doing it. Like people talk about race bending, you know what I mean? Oh, I can't stand race bending. And to a certain degree, if it's pandering, I completely understand that. But sometimes it's just maybe they get the right person for the job. Like Jonathan Majors, I don't think he was race bent because they needed a black guy. I think he was the best person for the job. They maybe seen something he did, or maybe, and you know what, he would be perfect for Kang, and they gave him the role and he killed it. You know what I mean? So there are some things where if you watch a show or you watch and everything in it, it's like, okay, so for example, when Eternals came out, what's the first thing we heard about Eternals? Is that's going to be the first Marvel gay kiss, right? That to me is pandering. We don't need to know about that. Just let us watch the movie and see it, right? We never got a movie back in the day and said, hey guys, this is going to be the first heterosexual kiss on screen. You know what I mean? It happened. When Kirk did it, they never blasted it out there. It happened and boom, it was done and over with, But for me, it's like, I feel like they need to push it, let you guys know, hey, this is what's happening, guys. Go see this movie because this is that, and that's where the pandering comes in for me.
Yeah, no, I agree. I also think that when it comes to certain, like when it comes to the race spending stuff, like you said, if the person's good for the job, I was going to say too, Samuel L. Jackson's a perfect example. But like the thing that people also don't understand is that general audience doesn't care. Fans of the properties will. Because the fans of the properties will know what these characters were always depicted as. So if you have a character that the fans remember from the comics being a white guy, and all of a sudden live action he's a black guy, they're gonna be like, wait, why couldn't he just be the white guy? Where general audience never seen what they looked like before, so they're just like, okay, this is just a person who's a superhero and he's black. Who cares?
Facts. Yep. I say that all the time. There are people out there that had no idea that the Ancient One was race bent and gender bent in Doctor Strange, right? Regular people don't know this. And I tell people all the time, like, in the next 10 years, there probably won't be comics anymore, all right? Because that industry is dying. I'm surprised it's actually held on as long as it did so far. But I promise you, in the next 10 years, you'll probably only be able to get comic books on digital or something like that. They will not be printing comic books anymore, I
disagree.
Do you?
Yes. You know why?
Go ahead.
Because Hollywood is so dry on original ideas that they go to. The reason why we have these superhero movies and they're marketable is because the stories for the most part are already told. They just have to pick certain parts of the comic and just write and lazily write a script, and then you got a movie. So like they've been doing that for a while, ever since, you remember that year when Harry Potter came out, then the Hunger Games. It was like the year of novels turned into live action. Yeah. So we started getting that. I think it was actually Lord of the Rings that started that, to be fair. But they started doing that heavily. It's because it's not original. It's already a script written for you, a story written for you that might translate well for the big screen. And I think they won't give up on the comic books because at some point, Nzo, they're going to need to keep going with these stories and keep having to dab into the comics. So I don't think the comics are going to die anytime soon.
So you know what? You are absolutely correct. But none of that matters if nobody is buying comics. Do you think this generation, like my son's generation, is out there buying comics? He's not. They're not buying comics. The comics are still being held right now together from comic book fans. But this generation, my son's generation, their generation is not buying comic books, and then the generation after that don't even know what definitely not going to buy comics.
They don't even know what comics are.
So they may need comics book, but if nobody is buying them, it's not going to be profitable enough to make them. So they may do them on digital, right? Because they have that Marvel app. So they may do it there where you can pay for the app and get all kinds of comic books. But if nobody's buying comic books, they ain't gonna.
Well, I don't know why you're complaining then. Because you know what's gonna. Well, no, because you know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen if once physical comic books become a thing of the past, all of y'all's comic books are gonna make a lot of money as time goes on. Don't forget that. Hold on to your books because you gotta. That's why I'm like, don't complain because you gotta be a millionaire someday.
Oh, for sure. And it may not be our generation and my son's generation, but the kids after that, if you keep those comics in mint condition, absolutely 100%. 100%. Those comics are going to be worth a lot, right? So it's always good to be one of those collectors and collect them. I wish I still had mine. But at the end of the day, when that happens, then maybe these writers and directors will actually have to use their brain and come up with original concepts instead of just cherry picking off of what we have already, right? So it might be a win there as well.
Get creative.
Facts. James Gunn sold out comics again when he dropped the slate. I brought one of the books and still got to grab 2 more. Yeah, absolutely. You know why? Because most people wanted to see what his slate was going to be like, right? And they had a big boost, but I can guarantee you that boost went down right after that. Right back to normal.
I kind of agree with that, mainly because some of those titles are like known, like lesser known comics. So I don't think I don't know. Like for the most part, I think a lot of people knew Swamp Thing because they did try to do Swamp Thing back in the day. So Swamp Thing had a presence a little bit. If you remember, like the 90s, there was Swamp Thing stuff. The Authority and the Creature Commandos, that's a new one. But here's the thing. Comic book wise, I don't think those would probably do well. I think though, because if Gunn chooses one of those 2 properties, and I know that he said he was writing for Superman, but that doesn't mean he's directing Superman. Right. I really want him to tackle one of those 2 authorities or the Creature Commandos because of what he did with Guardians of the Galaxy. I think he could probably make one of those a hit.
Oh, for sure. I'm not saying he can't, right? And to be fair, like if one of these movies is a hit, it may propel the comic book a little bit more too. I'm just saying at the end of the day, like 10 years from now, we probably won't have comic books anymore. So that's why I'm saying, like, so when you talk about the race bending and pandering, to me, it's just like, hey man, a black dude got a paycheck. That's all I really worry about. You know what I mean?
Right? A brother got paid. That's all.
You know what I mean? He got paid, and he did a good job at the same time. So I ain't got no issues with that, none whatsoever. But now, since we're talking about like Jonathan Majors and his movies, we have to talk about the next topic, which is, are black men being emancipated in Hollywood? Emasculated. My bad.
Damn, I was gonna say all the black men are in jail in Hollywood. Oh man.
Oh man. They're running like Will Smith with chains on, trying to get help. I need to break free. Wow.
That was great. Y'all gotta clip that.
He corrected himself quick.
You know, it didn't sound right. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not right. That's not what I meant.
Oh my god.
So I'm gonna bring up the image. Roberto, have you seen it?
No.
All right, so I'm gonna bring up the image real quick. And we have here. Crap. If you see that picture there, can I full screen it? Can I get it bigger? Probably not.
Oh, that was. Oh, I saw that picture. Yeah.
Right. So you have this picture here, and god damn it, I gotta find a bigger one. It's on the thumbnail, anyways.
Is he gay?
Go ahead. You see? Now that's what I'm gonna get into. That's what I'm gonna get into as well. All right. Okay, here. Is this one?
Not like it matters. I just wasn't sure.
No, it doesn't matter, right? Absolutely not. But I mean, if he is, and I never really so far he's just been around a winner, but I never really seen him with a woman. You know what I mean? And whenever I see some of these Hollywood actors and I don't see them with women, I have to ask myself questions, Maybe they don't have anyone and they're not, you know what I mean? But until they're do,
all into their trade and shit.
Because you hear the stories. We've had shows on what they do in Hollywood and what you got to do to get in there, right? Now, obviously, it could be from people who tried to succeed in Hollywood and didn't, and want to come out and be like, oh yeah, Hollywood, you got to do this and that. But the way the stories are and how many there are, you know, it's kind of, and then you see pictures like this, it's kind of like, So what are your thoughts on the picture? I'll start with you, Sagi. What are your thoughts on the picture?
Okay, so like, if we're gonna pretend he's not gay, because I don't know. I'm trying to look it up, but I can't find nothing. Here's my thing, right? It's like, if he is okay with this picture and how he dresses, who cares? Like, it's an individual's decision to dress how they want. And even if, like, look at this man. You gonna go up to this man and call him a sissy? Look at them muscles. He will knock you right out. Like, I'm sorry, but listen, I'm not against men dressing more feminine, and like, that is their right. If it's comfortable for you, it shouldn't matter. And I don't think this is emasculating a black man. If this black man is comfortable with his sexuality, if he's straight or gay, whatever, if he's just comfortable in his own skin, I don't care. Like, if he wanted to do this for whatever reasons he decided to do this, I don't care. Did the brother get paid? like Anzo said, did he get paid? Did he get a check? Then who cares? He was on the cover of a magazine.
Like a fashion shoot, you know?
Right. And if that, in some fashion is a little out there, even for guys, but it's not like saying that men are dressing like women. It's like, fashion's very weird.
So, I agree with you. I agree with you to a point, right? My problem is that anytime they do a photo shoot, you don't get, you know, the manly man anymore. You get this. You get man wearing, and this is tame, right? To be honest with you, let's be real. This is tame. I personally, and you guys are gonna probably get on me for this, and fuck it, it is what it is. But I personally don't think men should wear pink. That is just my opinion.
Whoa!
Pink's a new red, bro.
No.
Wait a minute.
Bro.
Hold on. Pause. Anzo, pause. Hold on. Wait. Yes. You do know that pink is the pink. The color pink is really good on black people. It accentuates our skin tone.
It probably does. It probably does. But
if you think about it, Anzo, I'm old school too, and I'll tell you this: back in the day,
let me show you something.
The only shirt you could pull off was like a pink Lacoste shirt. You could bust that with the right gear, like with a nice pair of Levi's and maybe some Adidas, and you were rocking it. That's the only time. And I'm telling you, almost everybody I knew had a pink polo top. And sometimes you pull the collar up. And that was it. Because I feel you to an extent. This is a little too, you know, lose the fluff. Lose the fluff and make it like a pink blazer. He's wearing pants. Because like Saggy said, I saw recent wear at these award shows.
Roberto, those aren't pants. Those are like high boots, supposedly.
What?
Those are pants. Those are pants. What do you mean? Those are pants.
Pants
are they? But the boots are kind of connected to them, right?
Yeah, it kind of looks that way.
Yeah,
it does. But they are still pants.
They look like pants to me, so that's a pass right there. Because, like Saggy said, I seen some of the award shows what these guys are wearing. And I'm like, they're not wearing those clothes. Somebody's drawing some shit on that, making a new meme. There's no way they went out wearing those clothes and standing on the red carpet.
Right. Well, here's another thing too, is like, y'all have to like remember Lady Gaga, Madonna, like there's been a lot of people, Prince, right? Prince. This goes back to Prince. Look at how Prince dressed, right? Like, weird clothing and fashion has always been primarily for shock value. And look, we're talking about it because it shocked you.
Listen. And I say this, and I don't care what anybody wants to tell me. They can say I'm wrong or not. But in my opinion, I still think Prince went both ways. I'm just saying. But I brought this picture up because I have those Jordans. And I have never wore those Jordans because of the pink in them.
But they're fire. Right.
Send them me. I'll take care of
it.
I just for me, I like. Okay, I'm like I said, like Roberto. I don't know, collector's item. I know. So those Jordans are the Chinese New Year's Jordans. and I know in like 10 years you won't be able to find those. So that's why I bought them.
Okay.
Right? You can always find them online for like over $500, right? I only spent like $2 something for them. So I never wore them. They're there, more or less a collector's item. But it's because of the pink why they ended up being a collector's item, and I never wore them.
Oh my God, Nzo,
I'm not
just
keep
the
it real.
color. It's just
I know, but
see, that's the problem. Is people associate colors with gender, and that has to stop. Because listen,
right.
like Roberto said, pink looks good on black guys. It does, because you have a good skin tone, and the pink, having a light color like pink, definitely shows it goes good with your skin tone. That's it. Like, I get it, but that's the problem. People associate that with that picture. I get what Roberto's saying, but like I said, Lady Gaga done wore a meat dress at a friggin' red carpet. Like, come on, man. Like, it's all for shock value. It's like seeing a guy who is buff with his muscles and it's for the ladies, but then you see him wearing something a little feminine. You're just like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. I'm telling you, it's all for shock value. Yeah. It's to get people talking. It's to get people talking about stuff, because controversy sells tickets, y'all.
But I'm sorry, Saggy, that is mild. Like, very mild compared to what I've seen.
Right? He could have wore a bra.
I mean,
and a skirt.
Right?
But go ahead.
I mean, I would say this. Certain pinks I will not wear. That pink I will not wear. That's a little too feminine for me as far as pink is concerned.
Really?
I'll wear a pink shirt on Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I'll wear a pink shirt. I have a pink polo button-up shirt I wear. So, I mean, I don't see
kind of the color of Nzo's shoe.
I look damn good in it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Nzo. You hating on pink like it's a girly color.
I always have. It's something that I've stuck with. I had as a kid, and it has stuck with me ever since. And I personally just can't do it.
I mean, I get that. You want to know why? Because my dad would not wear unisex clothes. He will not wear unisex clothes. So I get it. That's kind of like that old school kind of thinking. Like, no, if it's not for men, I'm not wearing it. I don't care what century they can win. I'm not wearing it. I get it.
It could be old school way of thinking. It's just the way I've been always thinking, and it just doesn't work for me. K-Dots sent the $5 super sticker. Thank you very much. Have it, appreciate it. Right. And again, on the topic now, I say, yeah, this is tame. 100%. I agree with you. I think people are making pretty much a big thing of it, and they talk about the way he's puckering up his lips and stuff like that. I can guarantee you.
You want to look for that shit, you'll see it. But first glance, I ain't looking at that shit.
Right. That's what I was going to say.
I don't know. Woman life, I guarantee you. Right to him. Right.
And I don't need to be staring at it that long either.
That's what I was going to say. I can probably
this is long enough already.
Right. I could probably name 100 women out there that probably look at that picture and got wet. You know what I mean?
But this was for women. But this picture was for women. It wasn't for gay guys or men. Right. If guys like it, so be it. But it was for right. It's for women, man. I'm telling you, that picture was for women. And see, women respect a man who's confident enough with his sexuality. That shit's attractive to a lot of women because it shows confidence. Women are attracted to confidence. You could be 500 pounds, but if you wear your confidence like you weigh 140 and you got six-pack, you'll get a girl, man. I'm telling you, I've seen some brothers who, in my mind, I mean, I'm looking at them like, damn, they go up to the hot ones and they pull girls. And I'm telling you, it's about the confidence that makes that picture sexy, because he's willing to look like what most people will think is a fool or feminine. And women are sitting there like, damn, look at them abs, look at them kissable lips. They're not even looking at his outfit. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna tell you this.
I agree with you.
You might not agree with me. When I see that picture, I think of big dick energy right there. That's what that is. Women love that shit.
Yes. I'm telling you, get yourself a
BDE right there. I'm being real. That's that BD. I got jealous when I saw it. I'm like, damn, I need to get in the gym. So I'd be like, that shit.
But that's what I'm saying, is that when people talk about emasculating black men, I don't think it's emasculation. I think it's the opposite. I think it's men empowerment, because they are willing to be that confident with their sexuality to dress a little feminine and still make it look good. I mean, you can't deny that he didn't look good in that picture, though.
Okay. So here's the problem with that, though, Saggy, right? You will see that there's a lot of these other black men, like a lot of rappers, who will do a shoot, wear a dress, right? Won't be gay, will be straight or whatever, and then will never wear one again. Only doing it for that photo shoot. That, to me, is, again, on the pandering side, right? And I find they do that a lot. You can go look at Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas X is gay.
He's gay, but he's gay.
Yeah,
But there are other rappers that I can't remember what his name was. We did one show on him before, right? Wore a dress, would never do it in his private life or whatever, but does it
Usher
for a
wears
photo
dresses,
shoot.
man.
Who?
Usher.
Usher.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
Usher
See the
looked
picture
kind
of Usher
I
wearing a
wouldn't doubt
dress.
it.
probably, but Usher looked kind of funny to me anyway, so that wouldn't surprise me either, right?
But again, Anzo, it's like
Each
I
their
get
own.
what you're saying. It would come across when it comes to that. Yeah, but you also have to understand, like, why is this person doing that? Are they doing it because they're cashing a check? Are they doing it because they want to show that, like, I can still be a man in a dress? Like, some straight men will advocate for that stuff just by doing it once and saying, hey, I'm not afraid to wear a dress and show some support for the dudes who wear dress like this. So again, it could be pandering, or it could just be like they want to support a cause. So again, I get it, but like when it comes to the whole emasculating, I don't think it's them trying to emasculate men, or it's trying to show men being a little bit more stronger to be like, I can put on a dress and still rock this.
You see, and again, because we've done the shows on Hollywood, that is not the case, because these directors, these producers, they come to you and threaten your career if you don't do it. We can go back to Dave Chappelle when he did the Martin movie Blue Streak. They kept coming to him over and over and over again about wearing a dress, and he would not wear the dress. And to the point where they just said, okay, fuck it, right? But more than once, they came to him with wearing the dress. There's actors out there who will tell you, right? You can watch the videos where they have said no, and their career has never taken off as it would have if they had said yes.
They
Right?
clearly didn't want the job that bad. Because Anzo, hold on, pause. Let's be real, Anzo. I want you to answer me honest. Don't shake your head. You already know what I'm going to ask you. Right?
Yeah, I know what you're going to ask me. No.
Okay, if you're going to say no to a $1 million deal, a couple $1 million deal, just to wear a dress for one scene. Not even a whole movie,
Man,
just
I'm
one
that dress
scene.
right now.
That's what I'm saying. Listen,
yeah, that's if we're in our situation now. But if I already have bank, no way.
Right, but hold on, pause. Remember that guy from Planet of the Apes, the black guy, when they're saying, how could you play a monkey? And he told them how much they offered him. And then what did Steve Harvey say? He's like, get me a banana monkey suit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'd play the monkey 100%. You give me that
you'd
money.
Play a monkey as a black man over wearing a dress.
I would play the monkey 100%. But you are not going to catch me on camera wearing a dress where people can see this constantly, and I'm getting that kind of bread. I just have too much. It's not my thing. And if I'm not going to do it in real life, then I'm not going to do it on camera for money. I have more integrity than that. I'll be broke.
But it's not even about integrity in this day and age, like I said. But here's the thing: in this day and age, it's not weird for a guy to do that. Like, it used to be funny. Remember the old school? But remember the movies in the 90s where dudes would wear dresses? Mrs. Doubtfire! Mrs. Doubtfire! Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's supposed to be funny. So if you're getting offered a ton of money in a skyrocketing career just to wear a dress for one movie for a second, if you don't take that, it ain't about integrity. It's about just saying, hey, I'm comfortable with my masculinity where I can wear a dress once and I don't give a shit about it because I'm a man. I like women. And I don't got to be worried about all that noise.
But you see, the thing is, I am comfortable with my masculinity. I'm 100% comfortable
Emancipation.
With it. But yeah, you know. But I'm not wearing a dress. I'm just not doing it. I'm not wearing a dress. I am very comfortable. I am not homophobic or anything like that. I don't care about it. You know what I mean? But for me personally, I'm not going to put on a dress. You're not going to have me dressing up like a woman in a movie that could probably be a blockbuster, and I'm the man in the black man in the movie that wore the dress. I'm not doing that.
Anzo, you know what? I know what your problem is. I know why you're scared. You're not scared, but I know why you don't want to wear the dress.
Why?
I know why. Because you don't want people seeing them sexy ass legs of yours and getting confused. I understand. I get it. You don't want people to see them calves, man. I get it.
The problem is, Sagi, I hang like 4 inches from the floor. So, you know what I mean?
Anzo's like, I don't want any slippage underneath, man.
You never know.
I mean, it's fair. I mean, I get it, but I think with that logic though, to each their own. So if there are guys who want to do it, I don't think it's emasculating at all. Like if they're, I will say this, yeah, when there are people who are pressuring men to do something they don't want to do, because they pressure women too to do things they don't want to do. I think that's wrong. Like if a man is comfortable and he says yes, that's fine. But if a man's saying, listen, I don't want to wear the dress, I don't care if it's the part. Like if Nzo got the role and he's like, listen, I will do anything else, but I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress. It's not something that I want my family to see. It's not because I'm XYZ. I just don't think that that's my style. And they still pressure you, then yeah, like tell them to F off. I mean, but I think that when it comes to people who want to do it, like let them do it.
That's the thing. There's always going to be someone that will want to do it, right? But I always go back to a movie that I had that I watched where it was called Hollywood Shuffle by Robert Townsend. It's an old movie. If you haven't seen it, you guys should watch it, right? And basically, he's trying to break into the movie industry, and it's still relevant for today. He's trying to break into the movie industry, but he gets a job, he gets a role, and they want him to play the pimp, right? So he's a pimp, and as he's doing the role, as he's practicing the role, he tells his grandma about the role. His grandmother's not happy with him going to portray a pimp, and she tells him that there's jobs at the post office. You can get a job there or whatever. So when he goes into that now, at the end, he's doing his thing, and the director's like, oh, no, can you be more black? Can you do like this? And, grab your nutsack and all kinds of thing. And by the time he gets into it, he realizes how stupid he looks, and he doesn't end up doing it, right? And the reason why I say that is because if you go with a lot of Denzel Washington will even tell you, like you go watch the video, they had a role, the Jewish people, he says the Jewish people too, were all in the room, and they called it, he said he called it the nigger they couldn't kill. So in this thing, they were like, yeah, it was like they would lynch you and cut off your arm and all this stuff and blah 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 blah. And he's like, yeah, people think it's funny. And Denzel Washington was like, yeah, like the Jews in the burners or whatever, something like that, And there was quiet, right? And he was like, yeah, you see, that's not funny, and I don't think this is funny either. So that's what I'm saying. When it comes to Hollywood, it's like, if it's for these actors and they don't care about doing, but if they're being pushed to do these kind of things, then I think that's where the issue comes in, right? And since Kanye West put it out there, regardless of what you want to say, and I think we already know that 90% of the people that run Hollywood are white, and they kind of see us in a certain light. So they'll have us dressed like women. You know what I mean? They'll have us always be the gay character. They'll always have the man not looking kind of strong and weak and all kinds of stuff in our movies.
The first
and,
one killed
and
the whole
acting.
Movie.
Yeah, they don't really do that anymore.
They're starting to get white guys to do it. John Cena was just seen in a freaking schoolgirl uniform and stuff.
Well, Patrick Swayze did it with Wesley.
Yeah. So I mean, I get what you're saying, and it does happen, but I mean, it's like difficult because like, how do you stop that? Right? Like, how do you stop that from happening? I mean, I've been saying for a long time, the best way to get these industries to listen to us is to speak their language, which is money. But that just seems too hard because people are like, well, I don't want to do that because, then I miss out on all the good stuff to talk about on YouTube and bitch about all these movies.
That's the way the industry is. If you don't, you will not get work.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You saw that shit that happened in the WWF.
Yeah.
That's some crazy shit.
No, what happened?
With you don't do it, you don't get in.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there was a whole bunch of them, all those guys at the top, all those dirty old men.
Mm-hmm. Hey, listen, there's this, we did the show on a Jaguar Wright. You should check it out, Sagi. Like, she really breaks down the industry and all the shit that goes on in there. She has nothing but bad things to say about Puffy, man. And, when you listen to her, you believe the things she says. You know what I mean? You believe the things she says she's seen. That's what I'm saying. Like, these actors and actresses, they may have the best intentions, but because their career's on the line, they may do things that they don't want to do.
Right. No,
You know what
I
I mean?
agree. I agree. I mean, like I said, we live in the times, but it's hard to like really stop what's going on because they're still making money off of what they're doing. So there's really not much we can do to like stop that or say, hey, we don't like, there are some people who've left the industry because of these problems that they've seen. And they try to do their own things. And that's the thing that's sad, is because it's them versus Hollywood, who's got all this money and they don't got all the money. So it's hard. It's a really hard industry to fight and to get change. And I think some of these some of these companies definitely they don't care about race or LGBT. They just know that it makes money. It's the more popular opinions,
Absolutely.
not hateful, and
Absolutely.
that's all they care about.
Absolutely. And it's funny, right? Because like if you watch, like, let's say the New Year's countdown or whatever, right? And whenever they have, gay people on there, they make sure that they have the most flamboyant ones out there. You know what I mean? And I'm like, most gay people don't really act like that. You know what I mean? But they get the most flamboyant ones and they make it seem like that's the norm, when the gay guy that I work with, he's like the norm. He's just like me, you, wherever we just chilling. You know what I mean? And they make it seem like this is how you have to be, and it's just, I just got, it gets tiring after a while. That's why I'm saying it's like not just with gay people, what they do with black people as well. So when I see that, it feels like hey, we've talked about it before too. I think more with the Dark Council, but how many shows do you really see with a good black family, black husband,
Facts.
wife, and kid?
Black Lightning.
That's not on the air anymore. Another one.
I hated how they depicted black people in Black Lightning. I'm sorry. I hated it. Because it's like, all right, we get it. He came from the hood. Why do we always have to know that? Like, oh, I used to do this and that. Bro, I don't care. We don't care. You live in a nice home. You're a teacher. You have a good job. Do we have to always have the I used to be a gangbanger storyline?
Well,
like every time,
thing,
man.
I liked Black Lightning, but I see what you're saying, because that's the thing. It was the same thing, right? It's like we can't be nothing else but gangbangers and drug dealers. You got your one superhero with a nice family, and you got a few kids scattered on the school who are trying to do good, but everyone else is like, drug dealer or some kind of bullshit. And that's the thing. So when I say like we don't have enough positive representation, that's why I push the Best Man Holidays final chapters, or the Best Man final chapters. That's why I pushed that show so much, because you got good black representation in that show. But if you go on TV, there may be Blackish, which I don't think is on the air anymore. You said Black Lightning. Other than that, I can't think of anything else. Everything else is, interracial stuff, or single mom or single dad.
But think about it, Anzo. There's a lot of shows that depict black guys as gangsters and drug dealers, but a lot of those guys were gangsters and drug dealers at one point. And this was the only means to make money, because if you gave equal opportunity to these guys, then they wouldn't be gangsters and drug dealers, or as many of them. Because, let's call a spade a spade. When they're going for a job, if you're not super qualified, there's no way you're equal to the guy next to you and he ain't black. You're not getting that job. And, if you think you are, maybe you shed some different light and you give more opportunity. But in the end, you're not going to get that job unless you bring a hell of a lot more to the table. And that's just what it was. Your parents told you that. Everyone told you that, because it is what it is.
Well, it's always been like we had to work 10 times harder.
Always. You
I
had
mean?
to run 10 times faster, jump 10 times higher, be 10 times smarter. Why? I asked my dad that question. Why? Why don't they?
Because
you hear crickets. You can't answer it. You hear crickets.
It's because they run everything. They have the say. You know what I mean? So
don't fucking tell me this is a free, equal world, because I'm not falling for that bullshit. It isn't. Call me the negative whatever guy. Maybe I just see the world differently, but I'm not blind to this. I'm not walking through life like a zombie I'm very aware of what's going on. And when you see so much of it going on and you're wondering, because that's the whole purpose of this show, Anzo, to see how many people think like us out there. You know, and when you see that there's a lot more, it's comforting. It's fucking rewarding to know that people are on the same page as you. Because if not, you're going to be on some medication talking to yourself in some padded room. You know what I mean? It's a fucking dead end because it just doesn't make sense what they say and how it is.
And I agree with you when you talk about, you know, the gangster stuff, but I think, you know, there's always been more to us, and they should show more positive than the negative. Like, I don't watch Power because I'm tired of seeing us in those lights, right? Everybody says Power is the shit. That show is fire, blah, blah. Not for me. Can't do it. Everybody loves the Boondocks. I fucking hate the Boondocks.
I haven't even seen it.
I love the Boondocks.
I hate
Love it.
the Boondocks. But you know what's funny? I love South Park, right? So when they're making fun of white people, I'm good with it. But when they do it in Boondocks and it's with black people, it irks me.
Wait,
right?
Boondocks a cartoon?
Yes.
You know that was created by a black man, though.
I know. But that's my problem. I think because they always paint us like that, I'm tired of seeing it. You know what I mean? I'm tired of it.
That's a joke, Nzo.
I know it is.
That's a joke.
Fact. I know 100%. I know it's the joke in the show, but I can't do it. I can't do it. The one episode that I think I watched fully through was the R. Kelly one, and I fucking hated it. I hated it.
But it was so true. But it was so true.
So true.
It was.
So true.
I think that's why I hated it so much, right? But I fucking hated it. And I personally, I didn't find it funny either. Like, it just didn't hit me like that, you know? Danny loves it. Danny loves the Boondocks. JG loves it. A lot of people love it. I just can't do it. But you give me a Family Guy episode and I'll eat that shit up.
Sometimes we need the truth thrown in our face so we can realize what we need to fix. Not have someone who's outside of us tell us what needs to be fixed. You see what I mean?
You know, I agree. And, you know, it's always good to laugh, you know, make kind of jokes in it, because that's how you get your point across. You make people laugh. You also make people think about it. I just can't do it. I don't know why. I can't do it, you know?
So here's the thing, right? I'll give the creator Boondocks credit. He had a show, probably made a fair amount of money. But do you know he went on to like make other anime? Like, he came out with a fire anime on Netflix. I forgot what it was called, but I know that it's based on a true story, and I know that Chadwick Boseman was set to cast in the role in the live action.
Oh, you're talking about Yasuke or Yasuke?
Yes. Like, I'll give him credit because like that anime was fire, and I guarantee you the money he made off of Boondocks paved his way to do other things. So I mean, if that's what he had to do to get the money up to do something else that he's passionate about, I mean, I'll support it, because I think that with Boondocks, the thing that I loved about Boondocks is the use of the N-word, right? Because that when you heard that on TV, even when Dave Chappelle did it first, but when you heard that on a cartoon, you're just like, don't trust them over there. And I'm like, excuse me? What is happening? Like that, those shows paved the way for black people to say what they want to say. And oh my God, there's a kitty! Look at a kitty! Meow.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you think about the creator who started out writing little comic strips in the newspapers, right, and worked his way up to doing an animation with the Boondocks, progressing to doing an anime on Netflix, I can't help but give the guy credit. It takes a lot of work. Like Roberto says, why do we have to run 10 miles faster? Or we have to go much further? Anybody else just to meet them halfway, if we can get that far, right? But he's a testament of hard work. You can reach these places. It's going to be hard. You might not get to where I am, but you can still get there.
I don't knock the man's hustle. He did what he did. He created a show. It got him in the door. I'm happy for him. You know what I mean? And I'll never be like, oh man, you shouldn't have done that, right? But I just find, and there's like Tyler Perry, those Medea movies, can't stand them.
Oh, I can't stand them.
I
cannot stand
Can't stand them. Can't stand them. And Chill said even after the Obama episode, yeah, I've never even seen the Obama episode, you know. but yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So for me, I want when when they make a black movie, I want to see something like a black movie, the Star Wars. You know what I mean? A black horror movie, and that's why I like even though I didn't really like his movies, but Peele,
Peel.
Jordan Peele,
Yeah.
doing those type of different type of movies, black horror movies
You
and
made a
stuff like
couple of
that.
good ones, yo.
I respect that.
Get Out was amazing.
Yeah.
Get Out
Get
was
Out was
fire.
That was original. That has to
Exactly.
go in a class of original.
And it had a
That's
good,
what
it
I
had
wanna-
a very like he pulled the best M. Night Shyamalan shit on the audience. I was like, what the hell is going
Because
on?
how many times have black people imagined that shit actually happening? That's why everybody was like, holy shit. They made a movie.
Oh man.
But you see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I want to see. I want to see creative stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'll gravitate more to that than I will if you give me a gangster movie. Now, don't get it twisted. You give me one that's good, I'll go watch it. You know what I mean? You give me something that's on like Boys of the Hood level or Menace to Society level, I'll go watch it. But that's not what I'm looking forward to seeing. I want to see something different.
That was a movie of its time. It's not like that now,
Yeah. Boys in the Hood.
That's why for them to do that now, it'd be like,
right.
They have to go more with what headline news. And I'm telling you,
Right.
you're gonna start seeing a bunch of UFO shit.
UFO shit. Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. If you haven't seen, there's I didn't save it again. I usually try to save these things to bring them on the show if it ever comes up. But supposedly they found this rusted spear in Japan and have no idea where it came from. It's like a metal spear. It's rusted. It pulled up in the ocean. They have no idea where it came from. So maybe they coming, bro. Maybe they've been living with us this whole time. It would make sense for a few of these motherfuckers. Donald Trump wouldn't surprise me if he was an alien.
Does Area 51 still exist?
Absolutely.
You remember that shit was headline news?
Still is.
Really? I haven't heard shit about Area 51.
Well, I don't think
they're not supposed to.
That's it. Eh? We had enough of that. Turn the page.
Shit. But yeah, man, I just think at the end of the day, I want to see us do better in certain roles. I want to see, and I'm sorry, but that's how I grew up. I want to see the manly man again. You know what I mean? The Arnold Schwarzenegger's kicking ass, taking numbers and shit like that. Sylvester Stallone. But that's what I want to see
that
again.
Shit ain't gonna happen. We have to watch reruns.
The man going to save the damsel in distress. You know what I mean? That's the way it's been.
When's the last time there's a blockbuster of that nature? Think about it. How long ago?
That's a good question.
Very long.
Man, we're gonna burn some brain cells with that one. I'm telling you.
I mean, you could say, what's the one that had all those guys in it? Sylvester Stallone. Expendables, maybe.
Yeah, you could say that. But you see, I think the thing is, you could have a good balance of that, right? You don't have to have every movie have the big masculine man, but you can have a few. You can have your female-led movies. You know what I mean? You can have different types of movies. I just think, and it goes by like, maybe decades, certain decades, they just force all types of movies on you, right? First, it's the masculine man. You get 10 years of that. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers.
There was
all these
always
big guys.
Somebody. There was. You're
yes.
Right. There was always
and then
somebody.
And then after that, yes. And then after that, you get the women action stars. So now you get the Eon Fluxes, the Resident Evils. You get the
Laura Croft,
Hunger Games, Laura Croft, right? So that's the next decade. So I think every decade they try to push a certain narrative. I won't say agenda, I'll say narrative, right? When I think that you can have all of them in one era, you can have the females, you can have the males, you can do that and have everybody getting to see what they want to see. But it's to the point where now it's like you're forced to watch superhero movies all the time now, basically, right? Because that's what's popping. So superhero movies. There's other good movies out there, but what everybody talks about? Superhero movies.
Those are
is
getting
just
the blockbuster headlines.
right, and those are like in the day. We're in the day of superhero movies. That's what people want to see now.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying.
Because
So
they
that's
can't
the
come up
era.
with anything else.
That's the era we're in. When I think you could still have the superhero movies, but you could have your other movies. You know, you still have Fast and Furious that's coming out soon.
Fast and Furious 95.
John Wick is going to be coming out soon. So
He's
there's
gonna
that
kill
too.
more people.
Yeah.
No,
You know,
how,
like,
you get,
is he still doing revenge, bro? 4 movies. He still hasn't gotten his damn revenge for his dog.
What's the storyline gonna be for that one? I'm so curious.
Bro,
Killed his
the
goldfish.
whole point of it is they killed his dog. It's been 4 movies.
Yeah.
His dog's been
Yeah, yeah.
avenged. God damn it.
yeah. But
They
then
crossed
he
the
had
line
to do.
when they killed his dog.
Right. They crossed the line. Then he did shit to cross the line, and now he's being hunted. Then he tried to save himself, and then he crossed the line again. So now in the fourth one, it's going to be interesting to see where they go with the story.
Like, how many people could he
K-Dots
kill,
said,
man?
saying we don't need no more MCU movies that continue stereotypes of the black father being absent from his son's life mid forever, but all MCU movies need to go. Only keep DC movies, honestly. Oh, here we go. Now, again, K-Dot, you know, DC simp, I get it. I also get the, you know, this absentee father stuff. But if you guys heard the original script, and I said this before, right? You know, it's like, oh, you know, we would have got T'Challa being recast, and the original script was he was supposed to come back from the blimp, and he was supposed to try to get that time back with the son. He finds out he has a son, right? But from what I know is he never actually married Nakia, right? So it's still like single father, single mother type of thing. It's not like the king of Wakanda should have his queen and his kid. Before she had that baby, they should have been married. But for some reason, they didn't do that. And it seems to me like even if he was alive and they recasted him, he still wouldn't have been married to her. So I'm like, you know, again, we need portrayal. If we're going to talk about how Wakanda Forever has this, you know, black theme and treats us, you should have the black family in there as well. And that is what's lacking. And it's because, you know, you watch all these guys and they pretty much say that they have been trying to destroy the black family for centuries because they're scared of the black family. And it makes sense. That's why you don't see it. You don't see it anymore. And I think that's really lacking in our society today, especially when it comes to our people. We need to see more black families on TV. People nowadays only care about spectacle and can't just sit with a scene with dialogue. It depends. T'Challa didn't put a ring on that big booty black queen. T'Challa should have locked that booty down. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. You know, but like I said, I want to see more of the black family, you know, stuff like that. All right, no problem. Now we have one more thing. Well, yeah, I guess one more thing we could talk about here. I want to know what you guys think about this one, right? Because I don't know if you guys watch, you know, pranks and stuff. I think some of the pranks that these guys do online are absolutely ridiculous, right? And I found this one here, and I want to know what you guys think about this one. Oh, hold on. Let me play this one first, Roberto. I forgot a funny one. Watch this one, because I was dying when I seen this.
Went to the window or the sound of a crescendo. He came into her apartment. He left the blood stains on the carpet.
What the fuck is that?
He went to the window or the sound of a crescendo. He came into her apartment. He left the blood stains on the carpet.
I'm sorry, but that is fucking hilarious. Because if you watch that video, you kind of see the walk there. You know what I mean? I was like dying when I seen that. But yeah, so as I was saying, you know, they do those pranks. Do you guys ever see them? Do you guys watch those pranks online?
Which pranks? TikTok
Like when
pranks?
people, well, TikTok, YouTube, where people go up to other people. Like, okay, so there's just one
like
prank
that
that's
touching
going
on the escalator shit, touching the
Yeah.
arm shit.
Right. There's one that's going on now where you know, they go to the airport and the guy walks up and says, "Hey, that's my bag," right? And the guy's like, "No, that's not my bag. That's not your bag." And it's like, "Yeah, it's my bag." And like they almost get their ass beat for trying to steal someone's bag. You ever see those ones?
Yeah.
Okay. Saggy was having problems with her mic, guys.
Okay.
She'll be back, maybe, don't know. So I found this one here, and I was just like, man, here, check this shit out.
Scoob, how you doing? I love your hair. This for you. Take it.
Nah, bro. What you doing taking that? Don't take that, bro. I'm sorry. I mean, he was trying to be nice.
Yeah, I was looking for that video,
Take it. He tripping,
K-Dot.
bro.
I heard about it.
You good, bro? Don't. Bro, what you doing, bro? Hey, don't do that shit, bro.
Bro,
I'm giving it to
come on,
her.
bro. What you mean, bro?
I'm giving her a rose, bro. You good?
Hold up. What you mean?
I'm giving her a rose, bro.
Nah, bro. Nah.
I'm giving her a rose.
Bro, go on with that, bro, because I don't want to put that pressure on you, bro. I don't, bro.
She want a rose, bro.
No, it's all good, bro. You just shouldn't go, bro.
She can't have this rose, bro?
Nah, bro. What you mean, thank you? Nah, bro. What you mean, thank you? You trying to go with him, then?
Okay, but he was just trying to be nice.
Nah, bro. You trying to go with him?
I'm trying to. Here, just take it.
Bro, get that shit. Nah, bro. Fuck that shit.
You didn't give me no motherfucking flowers.
I'm saying.
You didn't give me no flowers.
What you mean? Give me no flowers?
Yo.
You didn't give me no flowers, so at least he trying to do something.
I'm trying. Exactly.
Bro, fuck your flowers.
Where's my dad? Where's my flowers?
Yeah, bro, you got it. You feel me, bro?
Hold up, bro. Chill out, bro, because you're not even in this. Now you got me fucked up on Valentine's, bro.
Hey, we
recording you. You want to be with him?
Hey, we recording you.
You want to be with him?
6 months we been together.
We recording y'all.
I got this shit. No, matter of fact, take that shit and go with him. Matter of fact, you can have that. You can have it, bro. You can fucking have it, bro.
What's your name? Kevin. How long you been with him?
For like 6 months.
He don't treat you right?
No, he ain't shit.
We was filming y'all. Yeah, it was a vid. Yeah.
What's your name?
Malik.
Malik. Nice to meet you. Thank you for the flowers.
Yeah.
That gotta be scripted.
So K-Dot said that thing, it looked scripted too. I don't know. It sounded to me like she was about to cry at the end. So I don't know if it was scripted or not. But even if it is, right? Let's go with the fact that it's not scripted. You know, you gotta be careful who you fucking walk on like that, bro.
Facts.
Like, are you out of your mind just to walk up with a man and his girl and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna give you
It's all irregular watching that shit.
Roberto, if that was you, what would you do? What would you do, Roberto?
I'm not trying to say I'm a bad man, whatever. I'm just a guy who walks my piece and respects all that respects me. But that is the utmost disrespect.
Facts.
To pretend like the man's not even there and the man tells you to walk and you're still there. That's why I have to believe it's scripted, because that guy should have ate some. What
do you think?
And I'm sorry, it's justified. I'm sorry.
I mean, I agree. It's you don't walk up. Of course, you know they're together, right? Even if they're just friends, you got to assume their proximity, as close as they were, they're together more than likely. You don't walk up to somebody. I don't give a fuck.
On top of that, it's Valentine's.
You know what I mean?
Look, he did the right thing. Like, hey, you know what? No, take this shit and go with him. We'll move on.
Yeah.
I guarantee they'll get back together though. But that's what he did the right thing.
Yeah.
I still would have smacked him before I walked out though.
But that's what I'm saying.
Fucked up my fucking Valentine's.
The man trying to chill, have a good time with his girl, and you fuck up his shit because of a prank. Now, K-Dot said, I'll be honest with you. I can tell what pranks are fake or real anymore, or I maybe said I can't. In the early days of YouTube, pranks were real, and the majority of them scripted now. I miss the real pranks. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. And you can tell, like, a lot of them are scripted because there's this one guy on YouTube, I Show Speed or something like that, and like you can tell when he's on stream, he just does this wild shit, right? But there were a few streams where, you know, and I think he did on purpose. There was one where he left his camera on and, you know, they're talking in the background and you could tell that they're telling him like, you know, do this, do that, be like this, be like that. So it's not really a prank, but it seems like everything is a character. Everything is scripted now. And I do miss the real pranks. You know what I mean? But some of these pranks, man, there was one where they were on the beach and this dude had a boat, right? And black people were coming up and he was like, hey, come get a free trip back to Africa. You know what I mean? Like those type of things you get fucking knocked the fuck out for. There was another one. Shit. It was something about, it was they used the word for like gun or something like that, Hey man, I got this blah 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 blah, and it ended up being something else. But you see guys have really like pulled out their shit on these guys, right? Like, no, it's a prank, and you just don't do stuff like that, bro. Like they're just clowns, man. That year of them clown pranks had me dying.
Clown pranks had me dying.
Stupid. Man. That's some stupid shit. Like I seen this guy put on like a Vato tank top, go in the hood, and size up guys and fake them. Mm-hmm. Every single guy chased him down. Every single guy. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You crazy, man?
What irritates me, a lot of times they go into predominantly black areas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just like those little basketball ones they do. They go into the black courts. And they say, yeah, like, hey, they got a badge saying, yeah, I beat some black guys in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
That's stupid.
Saggy's back. Yeah, Saggy, we were talking about this Valentine's Day prank. Did you see the video? You get a chance to see it?
No, because I don't know what happened. My audio was just like, I'm gonna stop working. So I was like, okay, I had to start my laptop and then I had to log back in and I forgot my passwords and it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing for a bit. What'd I miss?
I'll play it again. Tell me what you think about this video.
How you doing?
Uh-oh.
I love your hair. This for you. Take
nah, bro. What you doing taking that? Don't take that, bro.
I'm sorry. I mean, he was trying to be nice.
Nah. Ain't no nice.
Take it. He tripping, huh?
What you mean tripping?
You good, bro. Bro, what you doing, bro? Hey, don't do that shit, bro.
Bro,
I'm giving it to her.
Phone, bro.
So you see, he even touches him too, right? That's why I'm like, you touching him and shit.
I'm giving her a rose.
Bro, go on with that, bro, because I don't want to put that pressure on you, bro. I don't, bro.
She want a rose, bro?
No, it's all good, shit, bro. You just shouldn't go, bro.
She can't have this rose, bro?
Nah, bro. What you mean, thank you? Nah, bro, what you mean, thank you? You trying to go with him, bro?
Okay, but he was just trying to be nice.
Nah, bro, you trying to go with him?
I'm trying to. Here, just take it.
Bro, eat that shit. Nah, bro, fuck that shit.
You didn't give me no motherfucking flowers.
I'm saying.
You didn't give me no flowers.
What you mean I give you no flowers?
Yo.
No flowers.
You didn't give me no flowers, so at least he trying to do something.
I'm trying. Exactly.
Bro, fuck your flowers.
Where's my day? Where's my flowers?
Yeah, bro, you got it. You feel me, bro?
Bro, chill out, bro, because you're not even in this. Now you got me fucked up on Valentine's, bro.
Hey, we
recording. You want to be with him?
Hey, we recording.
You want to be with him?
6 months we been together.
We recording, y'all.
I got this shit. No, matter of fact, take that shit and go with him. Matter of fact, you can have that. You can have it, bro. You can fucking have it, bro.
What's your name? Kayla. How long you been with him?
For like 6 months.
He don't treat you right?
No, he ain't shit.
We was filming y'all. Yeah, it was a vid. Yeah.
What's your name?
Malik.
Malik, nice to meet you. Thank you for the flowers.
Yeah.
What do you think, Saggy?
Yo, I'm sorry, but like that's a prank gone wrong. Like you done broke up a relationship for a prank. Like he kind of low key felt bad. Like, oh wow. Some of these pranks, man. Like I seen them on Twitter, man. The pranks where people going up to square up with people and then get knocked out. Like, what were you? These pranks? It's like, listen, the flower one didn't seem that bad, but it's like, what did you expect to happen? Like, it's like you dudes do these things for content, and like, what you saw that dude, he was big. Now, what if that dude whooped his ass?
Facts.
I would have felt no sympathy for him.
Roberto said he probably would have caught one, right, Roberto?
Yeah, right away. I would have seen the guy in the back with the camera, with his phone out like that. I'd have said, don't even fucking stop here. Go find somebody else. Don't stop here. And if you gave him his fair warning, right? You know what's happening. If you still want to go there, you're going to have to fucking drop that camera.
I kind of feel bad though, because like the homie was like trying to let them know it was a prank before it got too serious, and then it got too serious, and he was just like,
But you see, again, that also is like kind of exposed their relationship as well, right? Because
Right.
she realizing that Valentine's Day, this guy didn't get me nothing. Now a stranger's coming up and giving me flowers, and she wanted the flowers. You could see she wanted the flowers. She probably
Right.
wanted it from the dude, but the dude didn't do it. So now their relationship is fucked up because of the prank. So it might have actually saved her, especially if they don't get back together. But JJ said they probably will, which they probably will. You know what I mean? But I mean, if a man can't think of you, like I know people talk about Valentine's Day, it's just another day, and I get that too. But you also have to know what type of woman you're with, right? Some of them
Mm-hmm.
want business, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, just Valentine's Day. But some of them want that Valentine's Day flower. They want that chocolate.
Yeah.
They want that, right? And it's obviously she did, and he should have known that. If he's with her for 6 months, should have kind of known certain like things like that. So could have probably saved her too, but at the end of the day, to go
But yeah, just go up
ruin a
and say, I like
relationship
your
for a
hair.
prank.
I
You know
like
what I
your
mean?
hair. If you just said, you know what, it's Valentine's, these flowers are for you, I'd be like, thanks, bro. Thanks for hooking a brother up. Now beat it. You know what I mean? But he comes up saying, I like your hair. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you got some shit on you, man.
And I'm sitting right fucking there.
You know what I
You
mean?
talking about,
Then you put your
bro?
hands on me too and all that stuff. Oh
You
no.
know?
Right? I'm surprised that he didn't get his ass whooped for putting his hands on that dude, man. I would have been like, excuse me, sir, do not touch me.
So a lot of people are saying it was scripted. Do you think that looked scripted to you, Sagi?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because I can't imagine a dude in real life that big and that hood not whooping that dude's ass.
Facts.
You know what I mean,
Facts.
Saggy?
Yeah.
I mean,
Especially
it's
after
gotta
he
be
touched
staged,
you.
yeah. Right? Like
after
yeah,
Twice.
multiple
You're right.
times, not even twice, multiple times. And I'm just saying, I don't think I would believe it was staged, man, because there's no way that dude wouldn't be popping that kid.
Facts. You know what I mean? You coming in here messing up my day. And even after when he walks away and realizes that like the girl is still there, like you're gonna be vexed. That some of these guys get vexed, they go to their car and come back with some shit. You know what I mean? Like, yo, bro, you just punked me on TV, like on video. So that's why I'm like, yeah, it kind of probably was scripted, because you also have to get the person's permission to be able to post it, right? You can't just be like, oh yeah,
Right.
hey, they usually tell you, hey, this is a video that we're doing, is okay if we post it. Now the girl might have said yes, but if the guy says no, then you can't post that video, right? So he must have said yes
And
too.
what happens
And
if you do post it?
You can get in legal trouble.
But is it
They
worth
could
it?
sue
How
you.
much is it going to cost me to sue you?
I mean, it
That's-
depends on how big the person is. If it's a big YouTuber, that person's making bank, bro. You better
Okay.
file something. Well, so there's a channel I used to watch, where they would like do like the whole are these women gold diggers stuff, and they like
Oh,
prank. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now how they do it is they know that the person who's probably going to be in trouble is not going to sign an NDA or not an NDA, sign a release, right?
Mhm.
So what they do is they blur their face.
Yeah. I've seen that too. I've seen ones where they blur the person's face. That's why it gets me wondering is when they don't blur the person's face, then it's like, well, you know what? To be honest with you, some of these women, especially with, and I'm talking about I'm not saying some of these women, I'm saying the ones in the gold digger videos, they may see an opportunity to get seen, hey, this guy has, a bunch of, 100K subs, or this couple, or I know this YouTuber or whatever. Oh yeah, he has me. Even if they look stupid, they'll do it. You know what I mean? They'll let it go because they're getting exposure.
Hits.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
wonder how many hits they got.
Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me, honey. Couldn't be me.
Oh, me neither, man. Nah, man. I'm like, bro, are you crazy? You trying to embarrass me? Nah. You see, and that's the thing. Like, especially when you find out, like, yeah, okay, there's gonna be some issues, motherfucker. You try to record me doing some stupid shit. So I don't know, man. I just think people take these pranks way too far, and it's all for likes and clicks. People get in trouble. You have YouTubers, and that's one of the things that why a lot of YouTubers don't like to give out their address, because they get swatted that shit is the craziest shit that I've ever seen. Is you send a SWAT team to someone's house that's YouTubing, that's streaming.
You need to watch that Netflix show. They have
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. Because I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I watched that, and I was like, yeah, I remember when that whole thing was going down. It was one dude, one kid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One kid
and then,
just mass swatting people, man.
And then what he did was he tried to SWAT someone. And the guy gave him the wrong address. The SWAT went to the house, and they ended up killing somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So those are the type of things that happens. And even when he went to actually, you know what's funny? That the Keem guy you follow, we both follow him on. Mm-hmm. He actually did the interview with that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the interview with that guy. And the guy was like, "Oh, he didn't really feel like it was his fault." I'm like, dude, are you fucking out of your mind?
Yeah. That was nuts. Well, the thing too is like online it's scary, right? Because you know there's crazy people that exist. You know, I've been threatened by people. You know, I'm sure you've had your moments where you've gotten threatened by people, especially as a content creator. That shit happens all the time. And it's crazy with these prank videos. It's like it's gonna take somebody getting killed for it to stop.
For real. Yeah, I agree.
Somebody's gonna have to die, and that's the sad thing is that's what happened with the swatting. Someone had to die for them to make it a law.
Absolutely, 100%. And I think a lot because even there's some pranks where guys will go into like a Walmart, right, and do some bullshit to like a woman. You know what I mean? I've seen where they knocked this container, the guy he put his hoodie on to make it look like he was looking the other way, took a little toy and shot it, hit the woman. You know, I've seen one where they like pretty much grab body and stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, you guys are out of your mind to do some of this shit for clicks. You know what I mean?
You know,
I don't need the money that bad. You know what I mean?
Right?
I don't need YouTube money that bad. And you know, Sagi was talking about some crazy people on YouTube. Well, yeah, we already know there's a few out there that are gunning for somebody.
Yeah. That was, listen, you know what's crazy is like I understood your points after the fact because like I gave up. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna try to do something positive if it's already causing problems. So I was gonna drop it. But it got traction. It was too late. It's too late.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at my friend RJ. I'm like, what did we do?
You even had an article written about you guys.
Two.
Oh, there's two? I only seen one. There's another one?
Well, one was positive and one was negative, but it was obviously biased because that person who wrote the article is friends with a certain pajama-wearing Superman.
Oh, my God. I would... Hey, Roberta, you should see this picture, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. The things that people will support online for things that they think they're gonna get is like insane, man. That's why I call stuff out because I hate seeing fans, like real fans, like you, Roberto, Jean. Like I love seeing all y'all like support stuff and be excited for things. And yeah, like I understand people have their concerns about DC and stuff, but like it's like, why are you even concerned? You're not the one making money or even like benefiting from it. You're just watching the shit. You're paying them. Why are you concerned? And it's like if you don't like it, just don't pay them. But it got to a point where it's like fans now, it's they've always had their toxicity. And they've always been a little crazy, but like this is, and I'm telling you, I've been in a lot of fandoms and been behind the scenes of certain actors that had fan bases and stuff. This is the craziest thing I have ever seen in my entire life on the internet, man.
I agree.
Like,
and I see,
like, it's...
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, my headset's doing weird shit again.
No, that's
okay.
Speed up.
Got the DMX going on again.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was.
I don't know why that shit makes me laugh all the time.
Wait. Maybe it was Anzo the whole time, and I thought it was my headset. And all of a sudden, I was like, "Oh wow!" Anzo made me think it was my headset. I had to all reboot my computer and everything.
When he shows too many videos,
the Matrix got him.
Yeah, I went too many videos.
So what's happening? You turned into RoboCop. Oh no, Anzo, you're freezing up. What is going on? Oh we start talking, I'm telling you, they're attacking you, bro. We talk about it. It's the fans are coming for you. They're coming with your internet connection.
Okay, I caught up. I was actually going to
Danny's
try and
tearing you
find
up
the
over
picture
there.
to show Roberto. Danny's over there. What's Danny saying? And he said, look at the host. What the fuck? Still got that cop hater banner. That's why I hate that Pittsburgh monkey. Oh my God. Danny called me a monkey. You see what I'm talking about? This black on black hate.
Wow.
Danny's based.
Monkey.
Danny is based. Danny's based.
Wow.
That's hard. Monkey.
Well, you know, he is a police officer, so it makes sense why he would call us a monkey.
Here goes the tennis match.
Oh shoot.
Shit.
Oh
You know,
shoot.
I was trying to look for the picture to show Roberto, these guys, right? Roberto doesn't follow the stuff on internet, but this guy had this onesie, man. And I swear, Sagi did a video, and she was like, "He looked homeless," and she said if she had seen him, she would have gave him money. I was dying, Sagi, when you said that. I was dying. That shit was funny, man. And when I see the picture, the first thing I did was I looked at the shoes. It's like a Superman onesie.
Bro, I couldn't,
like
man.
a pajama kind of thing.
Yeah, man. These people, these fans, man, they just it's a weird parasocial relationship they have with these directors, and it's like obsessive. And then their whole justification is we just want to like things and we just want to do. It's like there are ways to do it. I've told fans many times how to get the industry to speak to you. You have to speak with money. Green. That's all they understand is money. And the moment people start realizing that, because you know what the problem is, they can't. They want what they want, and they just can't stop. It's like an addiction. Like they will never stop giving DC money. No matter how much crap DC puts out, they'll go watch it just so they can shit on it later.
Facts.
But you already gave them the money. Why does it matter? Nobody cares. Like if you came to my house, right? And I sold you my dog shit for just my dog poop in a baggie, right? You come back and buy more of my dog shit. Why am I going to stop selling you dog shit? You're going to keep buying it. Why would I stop giving it to you? That's easy money. Yep. That's what this industry does. They will put out shitty content that people don't like and they bitch about, but they don't care because they already made their money. So they're going to just keep doing it because they know y'all are going to show up.
Absolutely. Danny said, not you. I was talking about Mike Tomlin. Still black on black hate, though, Danny. You know what I mean? An excellent coach who has never had a losing season. You hate him. I get it. It's okay. It's the police officer in you. Sometimes you get on there and you know it's the black man in you that comes on. But then there's sometimes the police officer gets in there and it's like, yeah, we know where that comment is coming from. And K-Dot said his head was bumpy too. Hey, K-Dot, I said his head looked like it'd been through a cheese grater, to be honest with you.
Damn.
It's hilarious. I thought Sagi and RJ's hashtags were funny. Yeah, they doing their thing over there, you know what I mean? And I was talking, you see, so when I made the post, I wasn't coming at anybody. I was just saying, like, you know, you guys are talking about peace, but you were coming at them constantly still. But then now they did the video, and well, I guess it's all out war. So do what you got to do, man.
Well, listen, when we started it, it really was like initially kind of just like, wouldn't it be funny if we got something trending and it was like more of a positive message, and that would piss them off, right? So that was the whole goal. Is like, if we do something that's trending and positive, that'll kind of probably tick them off. Like, yeah, we knew we were ruffling feathers, but overall, we still wanted to do something positive for the fan base. But I think what it was is like the best point that was made is like people are just tired of the hashtag crap, and I understand that. But that's because hashtags on social media now have been weaponized. You know, they're always part of culture wars, and I get that, but we wanted to do something to, you know, be a little bit more positive, and that became a negative. And I was a little tilted a little bit at the, like, some of the people, like, I was a little, I won't say I was, like, annoyed with your comment. I understood it, but I wasn't, like, mad to the point where I, like, had to, but some people, man, some people who were cool with me, man, they showed me their ass, and I was like, all right, deuces.
But sometimes that's the way it is. You know what I mean? That's when you know who's sticking beside you and who's not. You know, some people will ride with you no matter what. Some people will ride with you even though they know you're wrong and tell you in the background, be like, yo, you know you were wrong with that, but I still ride with you.
But see, that's what you that's funny because Nzo, me and Longo were beefing, and Nzo was there, and like I think I went to click on, I don't know, I think I accidentally did block him, but then I realized that, and after I saw, I was like, oh shit, I blocked him, because I didn't think I did, right? Mm-hmm. But I was so heated and so agitated, so I think I might have blocked him when I was trying to get somebody else. But don't tell him that, because then he'll be like, see, I told you, bitch, you blocked me. But when I saw the comment like, oh, well, you guys might have not been friends, I'm like, here's the thing, like, we are, right? We just we get into it on Twitter, but we have each other's numbers, so we call each other. And I have a lot of friends' numbers, but like it was just crazy because, you know, like I said, you know, I get it. I know I'm very self-aware of who I am and how I've gone after people. And Nzo, you made a great point when you were arguing with RJ about it, where like she made that James Gunn post and she purposely put in the Zack Snyder score and even said that they took the bait. And yeah, no, I 100% did that. But it wasn't like I said, it wasn't like the whole point of it was trolling. But I was like, I want to be a little salty. Y'all know me. I'm petty as hell. I'm a petty ass bitch. I wanted to be a little petty. But the hashtag originally, like I said, we didn't think it was going to do anything. Like, I'm telling you, man, the first 20 minutes of that hashtag going live, and James Gunn himself liked a post that was using it, and we were all just like, holy crap, what is happening? And even now, to this day, we stopped using it. People are still using it on Facebook, on Twitter, and I'm just like, we honestly didn't even expect it to keep going. We thought it would be just like a one and done thing, and it just happened. And I was like, well, we can do one of two things. We can just let it die or hope it dies, or we can just say screw it. I guess it's a culture war now. You know,
it is what it is. Not me, Danny Lunga. She thought she blocked Lunga, not me. Sagi didn't block me.
Although I never play with that button around Nzo, trust me.
Oh man, you know what, guys? It was a great show. Thank you for the guests to popping in. Sagi Melons, thank you for popping in. JG, I'm gonna let you shout out your channel, Sagi. Let the people them know where they can find you, please.
I'm the drama mama. So if you're into drama, I am the channel for you, Saggy Melons with a Z. And yeah, thanks for having me. I mean, I usually lurk and stuff, but I sometimes type to let you know I'm there. I'll just leave a like. But I was like, I no one else is streaming. Nzo's streaming. I must check out what he's got going on. Then I seen Roberto's face. I said, oh, I gotta go say hi to Roberto. So I came in and I was like, oh, we talk about something cool. I'm gonna hop on then.
And then you come in and Roberto turns off his camera. You know what I
mean? but hold on. I know why he did it, so it's all good.
Really? Why did he do it? I don't know why he did it. He's eating or some shit. He's eating or smoking.
No, I heard it. I heard him smoking earlier, so I was like, he definitely turned it off. So
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm looking at myself and I look licked. So I said, you know what? Just let me put this shit up for tonight's show, and you know,
as soon as
nobody ask anything.
No, I heard the lighter, and then I heard the you were talking when you got the smoke in your mouth, then you start coughing. I was like, yeah, he's smoking.
JG, where can they find you?
You can find me on the Great Nzo channel with Roberto, Saggy. Hey, I watch your channel a lot of using in the background, but doing big things. I enjoy your channel.
Thank you.
Salute everybody. Salute chat. Oh, my channel's coming in March. First review's gonna be on Creed 3.
I can't wait for that. Can't wait for that. Make sure I'm on there, JG.
Oh, I got you.
When you doing that first stream, I want to be there. Low key, Cave is in the house. He was on the Chaos list last week or Monday, my show. And I was gonna go on his show. He was reviewing Bones, right? And I was like, he's like, hey, you want to come on to do Bones? And I was like, Bones, the Snoop Dogg movie? I was like, I don't remember that movie for shit. You know what I mean? All I remember was crap. I seen it one time, so I was like, I couldn't really come on and say anything. I wanted to get home and watch it first and see if I could get on, but I came home and passed out. So, but next time you do something, man, and it's a movie that I know about, yeah, I'll definitely come on there. Check out his channel. He does some good stuff. He did The Last of Us review the other day, which was a fun stream. So make sure you check that out. Roberto, where can they find you?
They're here every Wednesday. They didn't know where they could find me. I feel like, you know, what the fuck? Every time I'm like, man, he's going to ask me that question.
Hold on. hold on. So last Wednesday, right? And what's up, Mike? How you doing? And if Donnie's still there, he could tell us. Didn't we say we were doing square one on Saturday?
Yeah, what happened with all those time changes I saw there? I was ready for
Well,
4:30. And then Chris couldn't do it, and then maybe at 6.
Yeah, we only did at 5.
Yeah, I know, but after that, I didn't hear the beeps going off anymore because I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" Chris can never be there at 4:30. I was ready at 4:30. I know you were ready at 4:30.
Mm-hmm.
Was Danny not ready at 4:30?
Danny would have been ready at 4:30.
So let me ask you.
So
don't we dominate right there?
Yeah, but because we did it half an hour earlier, you said fuck it?
Was it half an hour? I saw 6 o'clock. I was like, I can't do 6, man.
Yeah, no, we didn't do 6. We ended up doing 5.
Okay. Well, I
5.
wanted to be there. It's just it's always a mission. Like, used to be 4:30 for I don't know how many months on end.
Yeah. Well, people got these, well, especially Danny, with his cases sometimes.
If that flares up, totally understand. He's the host with the most, so if he can't make it, I mean, we did a couple of shows without him, didn't feel right.
Yeah. And then, Chris, he's just he can come on anytime he wants to.
He's only gonna gloat about Kansas City anyways, fuck.
Which he did.
You see? I wasn't even there and I know.
And I am Big Afford Entertainment, people. Thank you for popping in. Think we had a great show. We had a great panel. We had a great audience out there today. Make sure to catch us next week when we come back with more fire. But with that being said, peace, love, and hair grease. See you on the next one.
Down. Keep me calm. Safe and sound.